we discussed on what? On sinus rhythm, and we discussed on atrial rhythm, yes? So now we are going to discuss on ventricular rhythm. So when we say atrial, the impulse is originating from where? From the atrium, yes? But in ventricular, the impulse is originating from where? From the ventricles, yes? That's how the name ventricular, okay? It originates from the, so we said one thing. In sinus, P and QRS are what? Normal, yes? In atrial, P wave is what? Abnormal. In ventricular, which one is abnormal? QRS. Okay? So in this case, QRS is not normal. Always, if P wave and QRS are normal, that is sinus. If P wave is not normal, that is atrial. If ventricular, QRS will be abnormal. Okay? So now we divide this one into, you remember as when we classify atrial, we classify into three, yes? PAC, atrial flutter, and atrial fibrillation, or FE. That's how we classify, yes? Okay, PAC, premature atrial contraction, atrial flutter, atrial fibrillation. Now when we classify ventricular, the same. Premature, we have it also here. So that is called PJC, PVC, premature ventricular contraction.
Oh, ventricular.
Yeah, now
not
ventricular,
atrial.
not atrial.
Okay.
So it is the same thing in the atrial. We see, okay, the QRS will be abnormal in this case. But the same thing, we have the same thing. Unifocal, remember? Unifocal, multifocal. We have bigemini, trigemini, polygemini, and we have P on T. So we have all of those PVCs, like we have PAC, we have all of them PC. If you see here, this one is PVC. Okay? Why is PVC? Okay? Now, can you see here? This is a normal sinus. But after each sinus is coming what? Can you see here? A big wave like this. A large wave like this. After each wave. So, this one is which kind? Is that bigemini, trigemini, or quadrigemini?
How many are there? 4. Quadrigemini.
Yeah. No. The Gemini is after how many beats is that coming? After one beat, yes? Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see? Boom here, then normal. Boom, normal. Boom, normal. Boom. This will be the Gemini.
Freak.
Okay?
Yeah. And that I only me. Yeah.
I got here at 10 and she was alone. Goodness. Went to 7-Eleven.
Okay? So that will be what? Bigemini. That is bigemini. Okay? Because it's coming after, B means 2, okay? It's coming after one beat, the second one. After one beat, the second one. If it is coming after 2 beats, trigemini. After 3 beats, quadrigemini.
I like your outfit.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay? So that is how we say premature ventricular contraction. You guys, is that clear, or? You know, it's the same like PAC, but just the ventricular. Okay, that's the QRS. Can you see here? Multifocal, unifocal, interpolated, bigeminy, trigeminy, quadrigeminy, coupling.
¿Pero qué es? O sea, cuando es ¿es el QRS? ¿O qué es lo que es?
When it's the QRS.
Yes?
When it's QRS, it's the.
Not P wave. Okay? The P wave may be abnormal secondarily after the Q wave, but the major that is affected is the QRS.
Wait.
So that is the premature. Then let's go to VTAC. The second one, ventricular, is VTAC. Or that is ventricular tachycardia. So what happens in ventricular tachycardia? That means now is this rhythm, what kind of rhythm is this one? Is that sinus, atrial or ventricular?
Wait.
Sinus.
Huh?
Okay.
Is that
QRS.
so in order to sinus, P wave and QR should be what?
There's no
Normal.
P.
Ventricular.
So here, no,
Oh,
no
it's
P wave.
ventricular.
Ventricular. Why?
Because there's no P.
QRS no normal.
QRS is not normal.
And there's no P.
Yeah. And no P wave here. So QRS not normal means. So this is ventricular. After ventricular, what kind of ventricular is that? Is that PVC or ventricular tachycardia?
Tachycardia.
Tachycardia. Why? Can you see? It's faster.
Faster, yeah.
Okay? So we call this as VTAC. We call this one as VTAC. So we have two kinds of VTAC. We have the monomorphic and polymorphic. Monomorphic, so VTAC we have two kinds. Monomorphic, and polymorphic. So monomorphic means if the shape of the QRS, can you see the shape of the QRS? It is the same all over, can you see?
Yeah.
That is the same. When we say polymorphic, this will change. Okay?
Poly will change.
Yeah, so it's like change like this, So that is called torsadus. Torsadus, the point. It's called torsadus, the pointers.
It's a long word.
Huh?
It's a long word.
Yeah, but you have to learn this one. It's very important. Always on the questions.
Okay.
Always they give you on questions. So they bring the paper and then they bring the strip and then they will ask you what kind of rhythm is that. So how do you identify? VTAC is always the same. Torsadus is different.
Like that.
Actually, that one is more like this.
And then what does the porphyrinus look like?
Like this, like this. But this one is a chaotic. Okay? This one is more of VFib. VFib. So that is our ventricular fibrillation, or which is called VFib. VFib. So, in the VFib, VFib has a different bit outlook. The waves are chaotic. You know, it's chaotic and you know chaotic means it's like a chaos. You know, it doesn't have a particular shape and it's bizarre. Bizarre in shape. Do you know bizarre? The shape is not really. They don't have a good shape. Just that they change their shape. So that they are called chaotic, bizarre. QRS, that is VFib. So here you see is chaotic and the shape is bizarre. Can you see?
Bizarre.
Yes. Okay? So that's VFib. And the last one from ventricular, not the last one actually, what we call idioventricular. Idioventricular. Idioventricular is a slow rate. You know, idiot, like idiot, slow. Okay? It's slow. So, usually the rate will be between 20 to 40. If the rate, if it is ventricular and the rate is between 20 to 40, that is idioventricular. Okay? Why is this ventricular? First, this ventricular, yes? Why?
There's no P. There's no P with S.
Q1 is what?
Abnormal.
It's abnormal. Wide, can you see? It's very wide, can you see? Yes. So with 6-second method, how much is the rate here? How much is the rate with 6-second method? Huh?
1, 2,
3, 4, yes?
4.
And what means? It has really a problem.
Yeah.
So in agonal rhythm, the rate is usually less than 20. Can you see? This one is less than 20. This one is 20 to 40, yes? But here, that will be less than 20. Okay? If you see here now, only the you know, within the 6 second, within 6 seconds it beats twice.
Isn't that an arrest?
No, the arrest will come next.
But that's not an arrest right
No,
there?
no, this is not arrest.
It looks like one.
Because in arrest, the P wave and Q arrest are normal, but here, look, Q arrest is not normal. In that case, it's normal sinus rhythm. The P wave and Q arrest are normal, but here it's not. So that will be, this will be what? Agonal, because the rate is what? Slower, very slow. So the heart is going to stop. The heart is going to stop in the near future. So if it stops, how do you call it? Asystole. Asystole. What do you mean by asystole? The heart what? Stop. That means there is no anything. You know, it was less than 20, it was 20 to 40, now no stop, no heartbeat. So that means 0 beat. Okay?
The C's.
Huh?
C's.
That is the heart cease, the heart stop. Huh? Yes, yes. In this one, you need to do that is called asystole. Okay. The absence of any electrical activity in the heart, no activity. So this will be what? Ventricular rhythms. Now we finished what? Sinus rhythm, atrial rhythms. We finished ventricular. You got it? Then the next will be what? Junctional rhythm. Junctional. Okay? So we have here ventricular, now we have junction. It is a little bit different to understand junctional because it's not the same like how junctional, where is the origin of the beat? Where is the origin of the rhythm? Where does it come?
B.
No, where does it come from? Is that from SA node, from atria? No. Is that from atria? Okay. If you see the heart, Okay, if you see the other AV node is here. So it comes from, that's why it's called junctional. Because it's at the junction of the atria and the ventricle. Can you see? That's why it's called a junction. Okay? Now, first let's see how the physiology, electrophysiology of this junctional rhythm. You know, impulse is coming from where? From SA node, yes, normally. But in this case, the SA node is what happened to the SA node? It's dead. No more SA node. Okay? The SA node is dead, okay? Okay? Do you agree? Don't agree? Or the SA node is what? It's dead. So who's going to take over if the SA node is dead?
The AV node?
The AV node. So now the AV node is by itself. And it should cover two jobs. One, it should cover the SA node job, and it should cover its job. You got it? So it has to send impulse. Can you see? It has to send impulse back to what? The SA node, and it has to send impulse towards the ventricle. So it has to do two jobs. Before it used to do what? Only this direction, yes? But now SA node is no more working. So it has to send impulse to whom? To the SA node, so that to stimulate, to activate the SA node, so that it can work. Okay? That is why this is called retrograde impulse. It's called retrograde impulse. What is retrograde means? What is retro means? If something is on the back, it's called what? Retro. So retrograde means it's going back. It's going back to the SA node. Yes? It's going back to the SA node. So that's why it's called retrograde. So when it is coming in the normal case like this, the impulse, the P wave should be like this. But when it is backward, okay? So that's why in case of junctional rhythm, P wave is what? In case of junctional, P wave is what? What happens to P wave in case of junctional rhythm? Invert down. Okay? So here P wave is what? Invert. Okay? Now, when inversion is taking place, it can be in three ways. One, it can be inverted before QRS. It can be inverted during QRS, and it can be inverted after QRS. Okay, these are the three options. It is like this. Okay? So when it is after, it is inverted what? After QRS, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So this line should be flat because no P wave.
No.
So this P wave is inverted after QRS. So this is here. This is P. Okay? But now, when it is during, because it overlaps with QRS, and QRS will be seen, so no P wave. Okay? So in this case, what's happening is that line. Can you see?
That's after though. Oh, wait.
No, this is T wave.
Oh, that's T.
This is
okay,
T.
yeah.
Actually, I made it wrong with here. But no, it will be line. Can you see? Let's line. No P wave. Nowhere P wave. Not before QRS, not after. So that is during QRS. So in all cases, P wave is what? Inverted. It can be before, it can be during, it can be after Q1. Okay? So that is what we call junctional rhythm. The other name for junctional rhythm is P wave negative deflection. it is called P wave, negative deflection. Okay, what happens to the P wave? P wave is negative. Now, let's see the different kinds of junctional rhythms now. Junctional rhythms now, different kinds. One, always there is what? P premature always. Because we have premature atrial contraction, we have premature ventricular contraction, we have also premature what? Junctional. Okay? So here we have PAC, here we have PVC, we have PSC. Can you see all of them have premature? Atrial has premature, which is called premature atrial contraction. Ventricles have premature ventricular contraction. And this one is PJC, premature junctional contraction. Okay? Now, the first thing that we need to see in junctional will be PJC, premature junctional. So the principle is the same. In premature, what happens? The impulse is coming before the next normal impulse coming, yes? In this case, what do you see? In this EKG, what do you see?
What are you asking for? I see a P.
What do you see? What do you see in this EKG?
A P.
Which abnormality do you see?
It's normal.
Huh?
Abnormality. There's an abnormality.
Yeah, what is that?
La pista.
Come and show me.
One is the rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
the rhythm.
Rhythm is regular.
Oh.
Irregular? Okay, a little bit irregular,
Well,
yes.
there's one that's like.
But see the P wave. P wave is here what? Normal, yes?
Mhm.
What's P wave here?
Normal.
P wave.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
And here, what? P
Yeah,
wave
P
invert.
wave.
Invert.
No.
It's going down, can you see?
Está para abajo. No está para arriba.
This what? Inverted. This one is during. It's inverted here. That's why you can't see it here. In this case, it's inverted where? Before.
Before.
Okay? And this one are normal. So this is what? PJC. Premature junctional contraction.
Mm.
Okay? Then we have what we call the junctional escape. Junctional escape, in this case, the heart rate will be P wave inverted here. No P wave. So this is what? Junctional.
Oh.
What kind of junctional? Escape. Why? The rate is 40 to 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. Yes, if the rate is 40 to 60, that's junctional. P wave is what? Inverted. Okay? Then the next will be accelerated junctional. Accelerated. It means now here what happens to the P wave? Can you see? What happens to the P wave?
It goes away.
This one.
It's inverted.
Inverted, yes. This one is during Q1 rest, inverted before Q1 rest, during Q1 rest, during Q1, during Q1 rest. But what is the rate?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70.
70. So that means above 60. Because above 60, that is what? Accelerate. 60 to 100.
Okay.
So that's why we have here accelerated junctional rhythm. So the rate will be 60 to 100. Can you see? That's how we identified it.
Mm-hmm.
This is 40 to 60, this is 60 to 100. Then next will be junctional tachycardia. What do you expect in this case?
Fast.
Fast. This will be what? Above 100.
Yeah.
So if it is above 100, that will be junctional tachycardia.
I have a question. So, let's say on the test it asks a question like this. Do they ask a lot of questions for the 1500 second formula?
Yes, they are similar.
Or is it always like the times, the 6 seconds?
So they will tell you with 6 seconds calculate the heart rate. With 1500 calculate the
Oh,
heart
so
rate.
it automatically gives
They
you
will
the formula.
give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Which and then they will put a strip like this one here and what kind of rhythm is this one.
Okay.
Yeah? So that's why you need to know all the rhythms.
Are we gonna practice on the 1500 second too?
This one, yeah, because it's regular. Can you see? It is regular, yes? If it is regular, you can do 1500. If it is irregular, you can do 6 seconds.
Oh, so this is regular.
Yes, this one is regular. Can you see? So we can do 1500. Now 1500, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, 20, 22. 1500 divided by 22 will be
1500 divided by 22.
around 60 what?
68.
68. So that will be the heart rate.
Yeah.
Then the other rhythm which can be considered as junctional or atrial is what we call SVT or supraventricular tachycardia. So that is, it's sometimes considered SVT, supraventricular tachycardia. Sometimes it's also called as atrial tachycardia. Atrial tachycardia. It's always fast heart rate, can you see? It's always what? It's fast, yes? It's always fast. If you see it, that's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which is around 180. Yes? So it's fast, yes? So that's tachycardia. But what makes it supraventricular is there is no P wave. So, what makes it what?
Oh.
Supraventricular is that there is no P wave. Okay? No P wave. So, when there is no P wave, but this one is T wave, can you see?
Mm-hmm.
So, always the Q1 will come, it escapes the P wave and comes as T wave.
How do you know if that's not a P wave, and how do you know it's a T wave if it's just one?
Yeah, yes, because
Because it could be after too.
yeah, but you can see it is. That's a good question. Usually, that one is escaped. It's like behind
Yeah, but how could you tell
the
it's
Q1,
behind?
but this one is bigger. You know, the P wave is not that big like this.
Oh, okay,
If
so
you
T's
take
would be a
the
bit.
duration of the P wave is maybe maximum 2 boxes, 2 little boxes.
Oh, for a P wave.
Maximum, yeah.
Okay.
2 P. But this one is look, it's bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes,
Okay.
which is big.
Mhm.
So P wave is really bigger than P wave. That's how you can. So it's coming like this: QRS, T wave, QRS, T, QRS, T.
Mhm.
No P wave. That is supraventricular. Huh? Okay, that is what we call junctional rhythms. So basically, we discussed on all of this. So we discussed on the rhythms. We discussed sinus, atrial, ventricular, junctional. So the next that we do next week will be we will do on AV block, myocardial issues, and on some artifacts for next week. Okay. Goodbye.